My lords, at some point in your life, you've probably been told size doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you it absolutely does. In our galaxy, size is equal to power, and today I'm going to talk about planets. Those with the largest planets will find that they produce the most, and my lords, I'm going to tell you how to ensure you've got the biggest of them all. Indeed, I suspect you've never seen a planet even remotely as large as this one before. Generally, we find planets as somewhere in the region of size 12 to size 25. For some context, Earth is size 18, Mars 13, and Unity, the home of the Commonwealth of Man, is size 20. Size broadly correlates with number of districts. There is also a secondary measure, planetary capacity. Planetary capacity is a figure that relates only to population growth, and in a very brief summary, high capacity can give population growth bonuses, and it appears to cap at 50,000. In any case, average planets, or rather than better than average planets, are around size 20, offering 20 districts. We can do much better than that, and I'll show you how, and we'll investigate some real outliers as well. We'll begin with the humble ocean paradise. This offers you a fantastically beautiful home which sits at the size of 30, giving you 30 available districts. Now this is already a much larger planet than you would normally find throughout the galaxy. You can find some planets that are size 30, but it's very rare indeed. In any case, you start with this. This is our baseline. Size 30, 30 districts. We are going to make it larger. We're going to start with the Planetscapers Civic. Planetscapers, after eons of carefully cultivating a perfect balance on their homeworld, they are ready to tend to even the most inhospitable environments amongst the stars. At their core, Planetscapers believe nature can be shaped, controlled, and perfected. And this is extremely pertinent for what we're going to discuss today. Planetscapers start with a natural blocker, but they get access to a decision that's slightly better than mastery of nature, that increases planet size by 3, meaning it's a marvellous place to start. Now remember, you don't start with these extra districts, you first have to remove the blockers to get them, and then use the cultivated worldscaping decision. This puts us on 33 districts, and with a pre-FTL insight technology, alien topography, we'll be sitting on 34. Already we've increased by over 10%. Now I would like you to add both the expansion and adaptability tradition trees. These both give you one additional district. Now we're sitting at 36. Next up, we need to look at the Hydrocentric Ascension perk. This has several features. It unlocks the Deluge Colossus, which is a wonderful way to destroy your enemies. But today, we're interested in its ability to increase planet size. The perk allows the construction of ice mining stations on starbases, which have ice planets in their system. Effectively, we can harvest this ice and use it to expand the size of our ocean world, and we can do this 3 times. This now puts us at 39 districts. Marvellous indeed. So the planet is already massive, twice the size of a regular one, but we've got a long way to go. Now let's add a ring, equipped with 4 hub modules. Each module increases the number of districts by 1, meaning we're now at a planet of 43 districts. And I'd like to stress 0 event RNG beyond arguably the pre-FTL insight has been used so far. And remember, that's just the technology you can access as long as you're observing pre-FTLs. This is all extremely achievable just through choice. Size 43. But of course, now we're going to start throwing in some event RNG. There are 2 astral rifts available to us that can increase district size by 1 each, the Lattice and Corridors. This takes us up to 45 districts. Now we have the Subterranean event. This is the event where you learn that people are living underground, they have been for some time, and you learn that they are heading for the surface. You have 2 options. You can attempt to communicate with them and become friendly with them, trade with them, etc. Or you can choose to exterminate them. Choosing to exterminate them, in this case, is exactly what we're looking for. Through doing this, you flood all their tunnels with gas, and this gives you an extra 9 districts. 3 come from finishing the event, putting us on 48, and another 6 come from removing the blockers, bringing us up to now 54 in total. A small bug report here. The blockers suggest that when removing them they'll unlock 3 districts each, but it seems to me they only add 2 districts each, so maybe the tooltip is bugged or maybe I made an extra 3 districts. I'm not sure, but in any case, we're on 54 districts. The planet is practically bursting. We're essentially as large as 3 planets. The increased gravity has made a mess of the star system. Maybe it's even going to start pulling the star towards itself. But we're not done yet. Let's breed some Nemas. Nemas are accessible via a fairly rare colony event chain. Effectively, you learn that you're living on some really jolly large fauna, and you can grow more of them if you want more space. That is exactly what we're going to do. Now technically, you'd not be able to do this unless you colonize the planet, which considering this is an origin world is a little bit awkward, but let's pretend that we've stolen the planet from someone else. Anyway, if we maximize the Nema breeding program, you can get another 6 districts, bringing us up to 60 in total. A few more events in RNG, we can get 2 more districts from nanosands, which is added via the metallic sands anomaly. We are now on 62, more than double where we started, and considering 30 is already very large, 62 is pretty insane. But we can do more. Cosmic storms exist, and they come with some wildly broken after effects. In this analogy, they are certainly the extra spice that we are looking for. After being hit by a storm, a planet has a low chance of gaining a special planetary feature. These are not mutually exclusive, they differ between storms, and many of these add districts. Indeed, I've counted up to 10 additional districts, 3 from compacted plains, 3 from magnetized ore, 3 from radiated highlands, and 1 from skybound plateaus. 2 of these are from a magnetic storm, 1 is a gravity storm, and 1 is a radiant storm. Adding these 10, we are now at 72 districts. This is already the largest planet you've ever seen. But now we need to find a sky dragon. If we slay a sky dragon and hold a parade on the planet, we can get an additional 20% bonus districts, putting us on 86 districts. Congratulations, you've just created one of the largest possible planets in the entire galaxy and are indeed a powerhouse of industrial excellence. Well done you. Now imagine, my lords, that you rolled the doorway event that we discussed last week, and you rolled the dimension of static, save the beta universe. You now have not 1, but 2 super planets in your home system. The Shroud really has blessed you. But of course, there's more. Not all planets are equal, and some larger planets do exist throughout our galaxy. We are aware that a size 30 Gaia world may spawn occupied by pre-FTLs. In theory, you could get that planet more or less the same size as the Ocean Paradise world that we started off with. This of course would require a smidge of RNG, on top of the shenanigans of making it an ocean world in order to expand it with hydrocentric. But what if we started off with a larger base planet? One much larger than the base of 30 we received from Ocean Paradise. 3 examples came to mind. First, we had the collided planet. Now once upon a time, many galaxies ago, this was a size 50 world. Sadly, no longer. The Shroud forces would sweep through our galaxy, shrinking it to a measly 28 to 30. If you manage to stabilize the planet, it receives a minor +4 district buff, meaning it would be a smidge larger than our Ocean Paradise world, but considering how rare the event is, I'm quite disappointed. I mean, look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Doesn't it deserve to be blessed with more than a +4 district buff? I think it does. Of course, this doesn't make it bad at all when you compare it to regular small planets. It just doesn't quite meet the expectations. The second planet that came to mind when I was thinking about this was the formless planet in the Azalash star system, Zaya. This is naturally a size 40 planet, and to my knowledge, the largest non-modified planet in the galaxy. However, almost all of the planetary increasing magic that we applied to increasing the size of our big boy ocean world can be done here as well. Of course, you're going to need some RNG luck in some cases, but we are blessed by the Shroud. If you do this, you can end up with a size 98 planet, the equivalent of almost 5 regular planets, and what's more, encase it in metal and stone, turn it into an EQ Monopolis, and you'll get an additional 20% output, effectively turning this into a 6-planet all-producing monster. Zaya, in almost any other case, would be a planet that dwarfs all others, except perhaps my last example. This last example is actually infamous for its size, and it's truly the largest planet that has ever existed in our galaxy, but it does require some real extreme shroud luck to occur. First, we need to find the deceptive giant. This is an anomaly that can spawn on gas giants, whereby your science team embarrassingly figures out that the planet they're observing isn't a gas giant at all. It's just a really cloudy, barren world. The maximum size a gas giant can be is 30, but this event adds an additional 25. Now, gas giants aren't always size 30, so you need a little bit of luck in getting a size 30 gas giant in the first place. But the event always adds an additional 25. Incidentally, I'm reasonably confident that this is the second bug to discuss. I'm fairly sure that this event is supposed to change the size of the planet to 25, not add 25, but nevertheless it's a nice bug as it means we can get a really, really big planet. Once you've got your deceptive giant, you need an elusive paragon, Azarin the Astro Creator. Azarin has a very unique ability. She can turn barren worlds into Gaia worlds at the cost of her own life force. If you turn the giant into a Gaia world, you could have up to a size 55 Gaia world. And remember, that's before we've messed about with it. If you attempt all of the shenanigans that we managed to do on our homeworld, we can supercharge this planet from 55 to 116 districts. What would we do with this planet, I hear you asking? Well, my lords, depending on your mood, here is the largest penal colony that has ever existed. Perhaps you were hoping for a tech world instead, an alloy world perhaps, or we could just fill it up with fortresses. This trick could also be completed with contingency hub number 3. This, as it happens, is also a size 55 world. Oddly, only number 3 is this size, the others are all size 20. Since we have to break this world to beat the contingency, it does make it a little bit more awkward. What you can do via the power of more RNG is build a habitat in the now defeated contingency system, make it your capital, and summon the glorious power of the worm. The worm will remake the planet into a tomb world, leaving you with this size 55 tomb world, the same size we saw with the deceptive giant. And you will be the proud owner of the largest planet in the galaxy by an awfully long way. My lords, if you enjoyed this and want me to show you how to get the most planets in the same system, let me know. Maybe I'll do that next week.